Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you are not already, please make sure to like this video, share if you care, subscribe to the channel. I know it's been a really long time since I've posted anything. I went through a lot of transitions in my life over the last year, and I have been active on YouTube. I've been over on Tracy Brown Live's channel doing readings with her on the panel show that she does every Saturday afternoon. So it felt only kind of right that I make a return to my own channel at this point. So today we are going to be looking at Tasha K and this interview that she just did with Jaguar Wright. I'm also going to be doing a reading on Jaguar Wright after this. But, you know, there's been so much kind of why did she do that interview, especially since her mentor, Storm, you know, has sort of popped off because of his videos that he did with Jaguar. It's like, why would Tasha go behind him and do this? Especially the way that it was conducted. There was a lot of questions about all of that. And so we're gonna, you know, sort of just look at what were her intentions behind this? You know, what is her relationship with Storm like? And whatever else, you know, questions sort of pop up in my head as we're doing this, or what spirit leads or shares with us. Now, just to give you a little background info on me, I am a psychic medium, so I channel directly from spirit. I also use tarot cards, mostly just as a visual representation or a starting point to connect to the energy. I'm not just a tarot reader though. And if you would like to book a reading with me yourself, you can go to my website, psychicbellalove.com. I will have it linked in the description box. I have another reader listed on my site as well. Her name is Kaylin. She's an amazing oracle and tarot reader. And we also have a lot of information on the site because it is very close to both of our hearts to fight for equality for everybody. So there is information and links to anything to do with the Black Lives Matters movement and different places that you can educate yourself and also donate to. We also have a page listed on the site with live links to a lot of Black-owned businesses that we personally support and that we love. And so just to, you know, kind of show you guys a little bit of something, because this is something that is not only very dear to my heart, which is that I believe that by supporting the Black economy, we help the Black community, since they've been redlined so much and suffered so much because of economic issues. And so that's why I feel like it's very important to support Black-owned businesses. But I also wanted to show you guys some things from one of my favorite Black-owned businesses, and it is run by an amazing girl named Ashley. It is Intentions Body and Skincare. She is a Reiki healer. She's actually my Reiki healer. I am very protective of my energy. I don't let anybody do healings on me, hypnosis, meditations, anything. So it says a lot that I will actually trust this woman to do my healings for me. And she also has a line of products that she infuses Reiki healing into and energy into. And so not only do you get the benefit of healing from them, but you also get amazing products that work, that are natural, that are herbal, and that won't, you know, you're not putting all these crazy chemicals on your skin and everything. So she actually has some really great candles that she sells as well. So this is one of them. And this is the Tidal Waves, and it says it is sexy, powerful, comforting, and charged with Reiki energy and intention. Everything is made by her in Florida. And so these are just a couple of her products. I love that candle. It smells so good. I haven't even burned it yet, but I took the top off of it and actually left it in my linen closet, and everything in my, all my towels and sheets and everything smells so amazing right now. And then she also has her facial polish, which is a great facial oil. The Gentle Refresh Toner, which is great because you can just spritz it on. Close your eyes, of course. And then we also have the Conscious Queen Moisturizing Scented Body Oil. This smells like gardenias to me. That's the first smell that I got off of it. It is amazing and gorgeous and beautiful. And then also her Dewy Glow Moisturizer. So I've been using these products for a couple days. I just received them on Saturday. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm lighting that candle tonight when I'm ready to kind of take my spiritual bath and calm down and everything. So I just wanted to shout her out. I will also link her website in the description below. So it is Intentions Body and Skincare. So that is the company that we are highlighting today in this video, and we are going to pull some cards on Tasha, see like what was her intentions for doing all of this, you know, and sort of like who is she as a person, what was this all even about, you know, like why would you jump in to do this? And so we're going to go ahead and get started here. I know Tasha is a Pisces, and I forgot to look up what Jaguar is. And I know that Storm is a Taurus. So, and just so you guys know, like I'm filming this on my phone. I am the most low-tech person ever. I don't know how to edit or any of that stuff. Like I can't even add editing software to my devices because they all need to be upgraded. One of those people that I'm like, why do I need a new phone? I don't want a new phone. I just get them because I have to, because, you know, they break so easy these days. But so I'm not going to, you know, turn everything off and restart it and then have to blend videos together and everything to look up Jaguar's sign. I should have looked that up to start, though, and I am so sorry about that. I keep feeling like she said it in one of these videos because I watched her interviews with Storm, and I did watch her interview with Tasha because I saw people were kind of going nuts over the things that she was saying about the industry, you know, and then all of a sudden everybody was talking about Tasha doing an interview with her. I do watch Tasha's channel. I do enjoy her content. You know, I also know to take a lot of this stuff with a grain of salt because I know it sometimes, you know, like she's been outed for running with stories that turned out not to be true, or you know, people say that she has a tendency to sort of like over exaggerate things at times, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I think that that's just sort of par for the course, because if you pay attention, a lot of the people that are on YouTube doing these celebrity gossip stories, you know, they do get sort of hyper or over exaggerate certain things or whatever, and I think that that's part of sort of, you know, their shtick or whatever you want to call it. But again, like I said, I've learned to kind of take it all with a grain of salt. It's just there sometimes is a deeper side to things, and so that's what we're looking at here today, because obviously this was kind of, I felt very uncomfortable watching this interview. We'll just put it that way, especially with some of the questions that she was asking Jaguar. It was like, why does that even matter? And that's really inappropriate to ask somebody regardless, but especially in the context of they're talking about, you know, being abused and assaulted in the past. So it was very, you know, like as a woman and as a survivor of assault myself, I was very like, this is not the way that you should be addressing these questions or things that you should be saying to her or asking her about. So it was, you know, really kind of just weird. So let's get into this. Spirit, please connect for us. Tell us everything that we need to know in regards to our questions regarding Tasha K and Jaguar Wright, and Storm Monroe and Jaguar Wright, and Storm Monroe and Tasha K. Thank you so much, Spirit, for joining us today to give us the answers to anything that we ask of you, and for sharing this information for us. May we all be protected and blessed. We come to you with good intentions of understanding and not a malicious intent. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so Spirit, tell us, what was Tasha's real true intentions for doing this interview with Jaguar Wright? What was Tasha's intentions for doing this interview with Jaguar Wright? So we're pulling our cards and seeing. Sorry guys, I don't have like a super high-tech setup over here. Maybe when I get my nails done or finally sit down and do them myself, I can do what people like Wisdom and Light, you know, how she has hers focused, and so does Blue Nola Tarot on the cards. But we can try to do a few videos like that. I think I just need to get like a different stand as well, because I had one that was really great and it had a ring light attached to it and I could put it at the right heights and everything, but it broke when I was packing up to move. And the one that I am using right now is actually really meant for an iPad, for like when you're reading or watching videos on iPads, but we make things work over here. We're innovative. Okay. What was Tasha's intentions behind all of this? And I used 2 different decks. I like to use just the regular basic Rider-Waite. And I'm going to apologize when I hold up those cards because I have little Donald Trump baby hands to begin with anyways. But I also have recently been diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis, which just mainly affects like my hands and getting arthritis symptoms from them. And so it's a lot easier for me to shuffle like these 2 different decks that I have. And the Rider-Waite, I use the travel size or the pocket size or whatever you want to call it. So it is kind of small. So they might be a little bit hard to see. And then the other deck that I use is Sarah Marchetti's Tarot of Dreams. And it is larger. But those are the 2 decks that I look at with everything. So let's see what we are getting as far as why did Tasha even do this anyways? There's definitely, you know, the first things that I'm getting with the Moon card, there's definitely a lot of secrecy and hidden behind the scenes things that were going on. Now, the funny thing is that there was people in her ear behind the scenes with the 3 of Cups. So I know that she has said that she's close to Swiss Beats' mother and that she had spoken to Alicia Keys, who denied knowing Jaguar, anything about her, ever encountering her. And what Spirit is saying is she wasn't paid for this. Like, I don't get any coins or pentacle cards or anything like that, but there was manipulation. And there was her also having this idea with her showing up as the Empress, that she was doing something, that she was aligning herself with certain people. And so basically the way that I would describe this is, you're not paying me and you didn't outright tell me, hey, go interview her and make her look like a stupid fool, you know, and discredit her or anything like that. But she saw it as, if I take one for the team and do this, then not only are you guys going to keep your loyalty with me and we'll continue this friendship, and down the road, should I need a favor, I can come to you at that time. But she was also looking at it as, there's other celebrities that might thank me for this, even if I don't have a connection to them right now. And so she was looking at this as, there's something to gain for me, whether it's in this moment or down the road in the future, when I, you know, need it. Whether that means like, oh, you're going to get me on a show, or I can call you to work with a producer, or you're going to give me an exclusive, or you'll actually answer me next time there's a story going around about you that I want to report on. I might actually have that connection to you to then be able to call you up and say, hey, they said that this is going on. What is your, you know, what do you want to say about it? So definitely there was, you know, personal motives behind her, you know, doing this as far as the celebrity side of things is concerned. And was she paid or put up for this? And it was like, just, well, if I can, you know, do this for you and scratch your back now, later on down the road. But nobody outright told her to. But there was the way that things were sort of framed during those conversations that she was having behind the scenes with people, that, you know, enough was said to lead her to then take this by the reins and run off with it, so to speak. So the crazy thing is, though, this, I mean, as much as we think that this is backfiring on her now because she's getting so much backlash, people are like, oh, look, she's up to her old tricks. She hasn't changed. She's doing what we all saw her do to other people in the past. It even more so is this actually going to work against her with the Eight of Swords. I keep getting that, you know, we see like some sort of fallout, some sort of backlash when it comes to things with her in this moment. However, what Spirit is saying is it's all building up behind the scenes, almost like in this karmic sense of you keep doing these certain things, you're not going about things in the right way, and there's going to be more to come down the road that's going to come back to bite you in the butt. Either people don't want to work with you because you have this reputation of being sneaky and going behind people's backs, or you can't be trusted, or it's just, you know, there's some interview that she's going to do that's really going to, down the road, not work out very well for her. And it's worse, much worse than the whole Star Marie and Jaguar Wright thing combined. Like, it is really going to blow up in her face, and it's going to be one of those things where it's like, girl, why did you even do that? Why did you even do that? But she does it for money, you know? And that's the problem that I keep seeing in these cards, that I keep seeing psychically, that I always get this like energy from her, is that Tasha is very talented. She's very engaging. She definitely could take her, you know, whole thing that she has going on, the whole package, and really shift it into this different direction. And she's trying to, but it's like not enough in the right direction, if that makes sense. It's like, I upgraded my looks, I upgraded my set, I upgraded my production, and it's like, yeah, those things are great, but you should have upgraded how you handle things. You should have upgraded who you talk about, who you talk to, how you conduct yourself, how you conduct your interviews, the research that you put into it. And so that part of things is what's missing there, and what's going to come back to bite her in the butt. It's like, I have a great idea, I know the direction I'm supposed to go in, but I don't know how to put it all together to get there. And so I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. And one of them is that, you know, at times she gets too blinded by like the amount of money that she could make from something, or the amount of money that's being offered to her, and makes a wrong decision that comes back to really bite her in the butt with that Eight of Swords, because she was too caught up in being the Queen of Pentacles and all about her money, and thinking, well, it doesn't matter if people don't like it. It doesn't matter if people don't agree, because it's going to trend. I'm going to get views. I'm going to get a check from it. And it's like, but Tasha, look at like the Paul brothers, you know, as an example. Look at Jeffree Star. Look at Shane Dawson. That only works for a certain amount of time. But then there comes a point where there's too much of that, and you've hit that threshold with people, and then there's no forgiveness going forwards because you've burned too many bridges. So that is my biggest concern as far as she goes, you know, as far as how she handles herself, as far as how she's conducting these interviews and the stories that she takes on, and the way that she goes about things, because it's like, you know, it just comes up, the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands. It's like, I don't think about things. I rush into it with the Knight of Swords, you know, like I get a little thing and I go running off with it. I cause all this like, you know, sort of chaos with these stories, and then I find myself having to clean it up. And so, you know, and then she comes back thinking that she's being victorious with the Six of Wands. Like, well, people forgave me, or we've shifted past that, or something else has happened. But then she finds herself in that situation again. She does get very frustrated with herself. Because it's like, it comes up, you know, it's so funny how she has so many of these cards that are mirroring each other. but different, you know, suits, where she has the Two of Wands and she has the Two of Pentacles. I'm taking a step back. I'm thinking about things. I'm going to make better choices. But then the choices that she makes, Four of Cups. People are offering her things, their, you know, advice, trying to lead her in the right direction. And she doesn't want to listen to it when it comes down to it. Then she comes back, beating herself up again. Page of Pentacles. I shouldn't have done that for that money. I shouldn't have, you know, made that mistake because now I'm paying for it. But then again, Ace of Cups and Ace of Swords. It's like somebody's got a story they want to tell her and she takes off running with it. But then it does not always work out for the best for her. And, you know, the thing that's funny too is that her husband comes up as the King of Swords. And he does have a lot of involvement with her channel, and in a good way at times with the World card. But then he also makes a lot of mistakes, and then they're always cleaning stuff up. And it's like, he doesn't to the degree that she does, but he also doesn't like check her at times. Like, I know that she always says he does. Like, oh, my husband told me not to get on here and scream at people, or my husband made me delete that video, or he told me to, you know, calm down or whatever. But there's certain things, you know, like when somebody's coming and saying, oh, guess what? I hooked up with this rapper last weekend, and then it gets debunked, or it's not really that big of a deal or whatever, like those kinds of stories that she does where they really are, like, she's called them filler stories. He should have stepped in and just said, like, that's a waste of our time. We're not going to do that, you know, because I also keep getting the sense of, like, her audience being very bored with those. And it's like, that's played out, you know, that's sort of what somebody at a smaller stature would do and hype up to be such a big deal that it's like, oh, you know, some rapper that had a one-hit wonder now is Jump Off wants to expose him, like, and then they're hyping it up of, oh my God, look, I got, you know, this person's like ex one night stand to come on and put them on blast and this and that. And it's like, nobody cared about that person that much anyways, that this was really that big of a deal. But that's stuff that it's like, when you have 20, 30,000 followers, that seems like a huge exclusive to you. When you're almost at 1 million and you have the notoriety that she has, like, you shouldn't really be like doing those kinds of interviews, but yet she continues to do them. So when it comes to her relationship with Storm, and this is the thing, you know, with her sort of like going behind him and doing this other thing, she looked at it as, it's like the wheel card, which I call this my karma card. I also call it, you know, like, because the wheel is always spinning, it's always turning. She looked at this whole situation as, you might be like upset or feel a type of way about me even doing this, but I did so much for you that, like, why would you even bother to say anything to me or check me over this? And on top of it, it's like, you'll get over it. Like, we'll move on. It's okay. It's really not that big of a deal when it comes down to it. And it's like she in her head almost spun it into this thing of, either we make Jaguar look like a crazy person and completely discredit every single thing that she has said about everybody, and I get in good with my celebrity friends, or a bunch of people come to my channel to watch this, and then somehow it'll benefit Storm as well, because then people are going to go back and watch what his videos and what she had to say to him during his videos and compare the two and be like, oh, that's when she was being crazy, I should have saw it then. Or, oh, she was completely right about that. Like, she thought it was just going to turn out either way and that it wasn't really going to be an issue going forwards. And again, here we come with the mirroring of the cards, the Knight of Swords and the, you know, Knight of Cups. Storm is upset, but he's not telling her this. You know, I feel like he has been a little quiet towards her in the background, where it was like, I understand you have a different way of going about things. You're going to do what you do, and that's cool. Go do that, whatever. I did my interview. It's fine. But really inside, he's pissed. He's like, why would you do this to me? You know, why would you sat there over and over and over again saying you were not going to interview her, and then you do, and then you take this whole different approach and spin it in a completely different direction, and it makes me feel a type of way because it looks like you're trying to do something dirty to me behind my back. And, you know, with the 2 of Coins and the 8 of Wands, like, what Spirit is saying is he is kind of just sitting back and watching her from now on. It's like everything that everybody was saying about you that I told myself wasn't true because you did not act that way towards me might actually be right. And I need to sit here and think about this and let it fall how it may. Let the sticks fall how they may. You know, like either they're going to fall together into a house or they're going to fall together in a big old pile that we can't put back together. And with the Page of Cups and the Knight of Coins, he is keeping his feelings to himself. He's not sharing that with her, but he's focused on his money too. It's like, I'm just going to stay in my own lane. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not even going to address this if I can avoid it. And I'm going to focus on my money instead and just keep focusing on and doing me. Now, the funny thing is, because they're in this hangman sort of state with each other right now where, you know, it's like if they see each other, they talk to each other. It's like, no, we good. Don't worry about it. And it's like, oh, okay, well, cool. Do you want to come to the house for dinner? Oh, you know what? Actually, like my mom's coming into town. Like that kind of, you know, energy where it's like, I'm going to tell you we're okay, but then I'm not going to go out of my way to invite you to anything or hang out with you either. You know, it is going to come out though between them. And because we have the Star card and then we have the Ace of Swords, he's keeping his feelings hidden right now. He is keeping this whole thing to himself and trying to just, you know, ignore it, let it die down, and then he will talk about it. There will be a confrontation. But see, the funny thing is that what I get with Storm is he's much more different than Tasha when it comes to how they handle conflicts and how they handle things. Storm, even though he seems like, because he's just as exuberant and I'm gonna, you know, tear you to shreds and make a joke out of things and this and that on his channel, but in his personal life, when it comes to actually like having a conversation with somebody about feelings and emotions and the way that they're operating within their relationships, he's somebody that will sit with it and think about it and decide how he feels, decide what the truth in the situation is, and then address it from there. Tasha will just blow up. And so I feel like Storm is, you know, in that hangman situation trying to decide what he is going to do, how he's going to address this. How do I feel about this? Do I even need to have a conversation with you, or do I just need to pull back and keep it, you know, at a business level and we're cool there, but we're not going to be like the best of buds anymore? Tasha's going to be pushing him to talk about it. And it's like, even though Storm is telling her there's not a problem, we're okay, it's not a big deal, that's just how you chose to run your things on your end. It's like Tasha is feeling guilt and she's letting all these, oh, Tasha and Storm are gonna get in a fight, Tasha and Storm are gonna fall out, you know, whispers behind the scenes getting to her, to where she's gonna push him. And it's like, I know you're mad, just say you're mad. And he keeps being like, I don't have a problem, I know you're mad, you better just tell me already. And then whew, here it comes. So it's so funny because it's like, this happens behind the scenes, we don't see any of this or whatever, but you know, they'll make up. But it's like, I just feel like Storm being like, Tasha, it's just business. Let's just focus on our money. You do you, I'll do me. It's not a big deal. It doesn't need to turn into something personal. And I'll tell you this, even though he feels a type of way about it, like, I cannot trust you anymore. he doesn't want to be the next Armand Wiggins or Daytime Tea Time or Lovely Tea. So it's just like, I don't want to end up in this public spat with you to where everybody's making 100 million videos about us and I'm going live talking shit about you and you're going live talking shit about me. I will just dead this and be cool with you even though I don't agree with what you did, because I don't want to deal with all of the extra drama that's going to come from this. And so, you know, with the 10 of coins, it's like, let's just focus on what we need to do. And he's having faith that that is going to be, you know, the outcome. Like, okay, we talked about it. We're cool. You do you, I do me, but we're cool with each other. Like, don't worry. Tasha can't let that shit go. Two of Swords, she's going to get in her own way and she's going to start some shit with him just because she can't help it. She cannot help it. And with the 10 of Wands, she's not going to win in this situation. Everybody's going to take Storm's side. And you know what? I don't really feel like he's going to respond to it either. It's like, and it's not, I don't get her making this whole, you know, the way that she has in the past with other people, dedicated videos, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. It's more shade where you really have to be paying attention, you know, where she's just gonna be saying stuff like, oh, well, you know, a bitch wants to get crazy on a stormy day, or, you know, little things like that, to where it's like, if you're really paying attention, you're like, oh shit, Tasha's throwing shade at Storm, but Storm is not going to entertain it. He's just gonna pay her dust and ignore it. So, because again, Storm just comes up as the Ace of Coins. He's just focused on, I gotta do me. I created this channel. It's taking off. People are looking at me. I want to do something positive with it. I'm not gonna sit here and fight with you on the internet. You know, I've got other shit to worry about, and I'm gonna focus on making my money, not on being in drama. And Tasha's just not gonna be able to let it go. I mean, she will drag this shit out. They'll make up, then they'll get back into these weird places. They'll make up, they'll get back into these weird places. That's just how their relationship is going to be. Like I said, I don't feel like there's going to be any huge, you know, disastrous, like, oh my God, we're like sitting here on Beyonce's internet making slanderous videos about one another. But it's that shade. And it's Spirit's just saying it's all stemming from her guilt, knowing I fucked you over. And it's almost like, why aren't you mad at me? Look what I did to you. Why don't you want to fight with me? If a bitch did that to me, I'd be tearing her a new asshole all over the place. It's like, why won't you stand up to me? But Storm is just looking at it like it's business. I don't care. Like, I don't trust you. I don't want to be your best friend. I don't want to, you know, spend the rest of my life devoted to you. But at the same time, Tasha, like, we're making videos about other people's lives. It ain't that serious. Calm down. So it's just really funny how they completely choose to deal with it in very, very opposite ways. So, and I saw that a lot of people were saying that some of the things that, because I guess she did like her fuckery Friday or whatever you want to call it last night, and I watched a little bit of it, but I was busy doing other things, and that's sort of how it always goes when I watch Tasha and Storm's videos. I put them on, I'm listening to them, but I'm going around vacuuming, doing laundry, you know, getting my house together, whatever. And, but I guess like a lot of people were saying that some of the things that she was talking about in regards to maybe men who are not so straight or sort of down low or whatever you want to call it, like she was bringing that up a lot, and people felt like that was some sort of shade towards Storm, because I know a lot of people, you know, have questions about his sexuality. I'm not doing any readings on that. Don't ask me. That is somebody's personal business. But what I will say is, you know, like, I feel like that if that was what she was doing, that is what you will see from her. You know, that is exactly that behavior that I was picking up from Spirit and in these cards of that. I'm going to throw shade at you and throw shade at you and throw shade at you and pick at you and pick at you and pick at you. But I'm not outright going to say Storm's a piece of shit. You know, so, and again, like I said, it's just like, I feel like sometimes when Tasha, when she gets in these little places with people and she does do stuff like that, it's almost like sometimes she can't believe that people aren't more mad at her for what she's done to them when they don't, you know, get in to it with her. But then when they do respond, you know, she flips out. And so it's, again, like I said, I don't have anything against Tasha. I don't have a problem with her. I think that she is very entertaining. I do follow and subscribe to her. It's just, you know, nobody is perfect. We all have our faults. We all have our flaws. Do I agree with everything that she's been doing and saying and stuff? No, but at the end of the day, it's her life. She's got to live it. She's given me content to finally film a video on and upload. So, you know, thank you for that, Tasha. So, I want to see how Jaguar Wright feels about all of this and if this has affected her with Storm and how she, you know, why did she do this interview? And I am going to do a dedicated video on Jaguar right after this. So they will be uploaded probably around the same time. However, I just, you know, because this is a Tasha reading and we're talking about the interview, so we're just going to look at that part real quick and we'll dig deeper into it in my Jaguar video. All right, so she really loves Storm. She really does. With the Ten of Cups, she feels like they have built a really great relationship. She feels like there's trust between them. She feels like if she tells him something privately, he's not going to get on the internet and tell everybody. But that she can trust him to also share publicly things with him because she likes how he handles it. It's like, if I tell you this big secret and out all these things online, I like how you respond to me. I like how you handle the information that I share, and I feel like you're respectful to me and my process, and you let me explain things in my own way. So she very much really does love Storm. Really, really, really does. And she sees him as the King of Wands. He works really hard. He's centered, he's balanced, he's grounded, but she also feels like he's very intelligent and he does his research, and that they just have a connection in a way that she doesn't with anybody else. You know, like, oh, this guy, like, he gets it. Like, he knows, and we have similar interests and things outside of all of this. You know, but she saw Tasha as the Page of Wands. Sneaky, you're trying to put on something as if, you know, you're a certain way, but really there's a lot of immaturity and a lot of deviousness to you. She walked into that interview full well knowing exactly what she was doing as the Knight of Swords. You know what I keep getting from this and from Spirit? Because Jaguar comes up as the High Priestess. She knew full well what she was doing. And the funny thing is, I feel like behind the scenes, she has been watching Storm. Just by getting to know him, you know, not like she was like online stalking him and plotting on him or anything like that. It was just more so like, okay, as I've gotten to know you, we've built a relationship. I'm paying attention to what kind of a person you are, the people you have around you, how you conduct yourself. And she didn't trust Tasha, and not just in the sense of, I don't trust you and how you conduct yourself online and how you work through things, but I don't trust you in the sense of how you deal with other people, and especially Storm. Like, she felt like Tasha was either gonna fuck over Storm or take advantage of him somehow. And so the way that she pops up into this reading with the Knight of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Magician card was like, I'm going to let you expose yourself. You think you're exposing me? I'm going to let you expose yourself because I am playing chess, not checkers. You're playing tic-tac-toe. We're not even playing the same damn game. You know, so she felt like she was going, in a sense, not only am I going to prove to the whole world who you are, but maybe Storm will open his eyes by me doing this. Like, she literally, it was almost like she felt like she was being altruistic and saving him, you know? So she's not mad at him at all. There's been a conversation between the two of them about this, and, you know, Storm did apologize to her. Because I also get the Temperance card and the Ace of Coin and the Temperance card. He apologized to her. Like, I did not know it was going to go down like that. It was just supposed to be like, let's get to know who Jaguar is on a personal level, since all of my interviews with you have been, you know, more based on other people and your experiences with other people. I did not expect it to go that way. And Jaguar with the Two of Wands and the Palace of Coins is like, Storm, it's money. Who cares? You know, like, she made herself look dumb. I'm not tripping off of it. Me and you were good. Like, don't even worry. And I'll tell you this. Jaguar sees Tasha as just like a sad drunk. She really does. Like, she feels like, girl, you're on top right now. I've seen so many people in your situation through these years that had more money, more power, more fame, and they dropped faster than you did over far less than you have. Your turn is coming. Just wait. So Jaguar is not tripping off of any of this. Like, as far as Storm goes, as far as her feeling any kind of way about Tasha, it's like, I knew you were going to show your ass. That's why I did this. So don't even trip, girl. So just to summarize everything before we go, and oh my God, I hope this uploads correctly because I don't think I've done a video this long. You know, I feel like Jaguar went into all of this with the intention of just like, whatever comes of it, comes of it. I don't care. And if you want to be a jerk, you want to like look stupid, do it. Ain't my fault. You chose to put yourself in that situation. She's good with Storm. Storm and Tasha have a lot of tension between them. But Storm's not going to take it in that direction. Tasha will try to, but Storm's never going to really like fall for it. He's smarter than that. And Tasha, she needs to really work on centering herself. You know, I think that if she really sat down and really did the meditation and the vegan diets and all the stuff that she says that she does, which I'm not saying she doesn't, but I think if she put more sort of effort into it and wasn't going out in 28 different directions all the time, she would be able to make better choices for herself and really see that just because you want to kiss up to somebody or you want to be on somebody's good side does not mean that you should put yourself in the situations that you're putting yourself in, because it's not going to come back to be a positive thing for you. So I hope that that helped to kind of answer some questions. If there's any I missed, you guys, please let me know in the comment section. I will be uploading more videos. I'm not going to promise you guys like a perfect schedule or anything because I am a mom. I have a business, but I try my hardest. And if you did want to book a personal reading with me, my website is psychicbellalove.com. You can find me on Instagram at psychicbellalove. I do have a coupon code, Bella in all caps 20, and you will get 20% off at checkout for your reading with me, and you can book and pay through my site. Don't forget to check out Intentions Body and Skincare. That is our Black-owned business of the day that we are promoting over here and showing some love to. This is not sponsored. I just really love the company. I love the person behind it, and I feel like it's important to share with you guys. So I hope that you all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'm going to be recording and uploading my video on Jaguar Wright coming up soon. And if there's anybody in particular you guys want me to look at, please let me know. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week.